Hello there, friends, and welcome to the beginning of our journey. This first chapter, we are going to do an introduction to performance consulting for L&D. So our main objective in this one is to look at mindset originally. What we're going to do is understand the shift from traditional L&D roles to get into strategic performance consultants. So in this component, we are going to talk about the evolving role of L&D in modern organizations. A very common thing that happens with me is that L&D pros tell me they don't feel valued. They kind of feel like this conveyor belt of fulfilling orders versus actually doing meaningful work. Now I get that. That sucks, right? But for that to change, you have to change in terms of your mindset and the approach that you're taking in your business today. So you have to move from transactional to conversational, from what I call McDonald's, and we'll talk more about that later on, to performance. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but first of all, let's jump into defining L&D today and specifically looking at something I've written about before in detail, which is shifting from learning to a performance mindset. There are two different views of the world for L&D. On the left-hand side, you have got what I class as what your business, stakeholders, and generally the workforce thinks you do. Now, if you say the words L&D, and of course, this is slightly a brand issue as well, many people think about these activities. So instructional training, fluffy content. I've had people say to me, you only do the fun stuff, not anything important. That is what it is. Compliance, yearly tick-box exercises. That is what I would say 95% of people and companies look at us as. But what you actually do is the exact reverse of that. And I've called this performance engineering. You can call this performance consulting. You can call this performance improvement. Whatever you want to call it, it's all based around learning and performance. So actually what we do is we can consult with different areas of the organization to make sure that we are designing and deploying the right solutions. We focus on long-term behavioral change. Long-term is a key word there because it is long-term. And then we also look at removing barriers. So that's a huge thing in L&D. We're not trying to be these custodians and lock everything away. What we want to do is to remove barriers. And of course, an effect on great performance in an organization is hopefully really strong return on investment, return on the bottom line, but also supporting the employee experience as well. So we'll continue to go back to this image as we talk about moving from that transition. What we want to do is leave that left side behind. We want to break that mindset, and then we want to move over to the right-hand side in this element of what I call performance engineering, what we're calling performance consulting here. And our final image is showing you the 7 core skills that I look at for high-performing L&D pros. And you can see performance consulting is a key contributor to that because it's all based around relationships, building credibility, building influence. In the next section of this chapter, we are going to go through a full overview of performance consulting, what it is specifically for L&D and why it matters. So I'll speak to you in the next one.